This has been AI Week all along here in New Delhi, maybe the AI capital of the world for the week. We've spoken about data sovereignty, trust, safety. But someone who understands this better than anyone else, and is probably the most influential voice at the intersection of tech, policy, and society, is here with me exclusively. Brad Smith at Microsoft. What a pleasure to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
Good to see you again. The last time we met was different weather in Davos.
It was.
But it's a nice sunny day here in New Delhi. I thought we'd just pick your brain, Brad. We're here, of course, at a very special school, the CM Shri School, to do this interview. And the Microsoft Elevate program plays a key part here.
It does.
But what has your experience been like, Brad, especially here in New Delhi, at the AI Impact Summit? Did we make the impact that we all had envisioned?
I think you have. I think the country has. I think the Prime Minister has. I think there's three things that will always define this Impact Summit, this global summit. The first is the world came to India. I reflect that so many technology people do, heads of state, people from around the world. Second, the public came together.
That's true.
I think one of the great aspects of this particular summit was that it involved not just room for heads of state and people who run companies to talk with each other, but an exhibition hall that was open to the public so people could see the latest technology. But the third, and I think in some ways the most important, is we started to change the conversation. Because I think the last few years, so much of the conversation has fundamentally been people asking, how do we build machines that are smarter than people? I think this summit was about how do we build machines that can better serve people? How do we build machines that can help people become smarter? How do we build machines that serve the global south? How do we bring AI to the global south? This is the type of conversation we need to have in the future.
And Microsoft has backed that up with an investment in the global south, where I'd imagine India plays a key role, Brad, especially given what's happening in China and you've been very vocal about some of those models and business models there as well. But that investment in the AI movement here in India, that's a key part of the strategy for Microsoft?
Absolutely. I do think we need to look at AI as both a challenge and an opportunity for the global south as a whole. A challenge if we don't bring AI faster to the global south. If we fail to move quickly, then I think the gap between north and south economically will widen. That's not what anybody wants.
Right.
Instead, we need to close the gap. We need to advance AI diffusion in a way that advances economic growth, catch-up growth for the global south. I think we can do that. Our investment is a part of it. We announced this week that we are on pace to invest $50 billion between now and the end of the decade to bring AI to the global south. No country is more important than India. No market is larger. And you see that here, not just in terms of the companies we work with, but students. The world's largest classroom is in India. That, I think, says all you need to know to understand how important AI can be to India and how important AI can be and how important India can be to the world.
I'm going to walk with you a little bit while we talk, just to understand how important India will be, Brad, because you've also mentioned before that the way these models developed in China and the subsidies that they got before could be a cause for concern for Western firms. It happened in the telecom revolution. There's a concern it happens with the AI revolution. Does India play a crucial part there as well in terms of democratizing this movement and making sure we have access to all?
I think India plays multiple important roles for ensuring that the world benefits from AI the way it should. Part of it is the democratization of AI. Part of it will be the more frugal focus, the more frugal approach to innovation that one sees in India. It will be new open source models. It will be a replication of the India digital stack for AI, because I think that will help diffuse AI in a more democratic way around the world. Second, we're seeing a time when people want to see supply chain diversification, greater supply chain resilience, and I think you're seeing that here in India. It's not just the models, it's not just the software that frequently is created in India for the world, but now hardware as well. I think all of this will help ensure really the kind of future that I believe most of the world is looking for.
You're a big advocate of data sovereignty. Yes. And everyone's been talking about AI sovereignty, especially here at the AI Impact Summit. You were on stage, that show of strength with Prime Minister Modi and all the top AI leaders from around the world. a few awkward moments for Anthropic and OpenAI there, but I just want to understand, in Microsoft's longer vision, if India was to really build a full stack sovereign model for AI, how does Microsoft thrive in that equation?
Well, I think we thrive by supporting the development of an AI stack in India. I think sovereignty is one of the important but often undefined terms that people are talking about. I think one way that a country ensures sovereignty is to govern AI, something that we have always supported through the rule of law and by keeping data resident here in India. I think countries also advance sovereignty by putting themselves in a position to control aspects of technology, managing data flows. But where we then fit in, I think, is we're an enabler. No one can truly protect its sovereignty unless it can protect its cybersecurity. We play a role in protecting India's cybersecurity. No country can lead the world unless it can tap the world's best technology and use it to build itself up. So we see a very important role for ourselves as a partner for India, as an enabler for India, as a co-creator of technology across the Indian economy.
Before we wrap up, as the last question, it's kind of interesting because while you were on stage with a bunch of founders, even Sarvam AI, right, they're building that sovereign AI solution, made in India solution, there was also Anthropic and OpenAI. And that moment aside, Microsoft has a very interesting sort of role in that equation, playing the big brother. How do you manage to really deal with so many different major personalities with different approaches, being the common conduit or the common point?
Well, I don't know if I would call us the big brother, but I do think we're a friend and a partner to many across the technology ecosystem. Now, having 51 years of experience as a company does give us a little, I'll say, breadth of perspective and hopefully some good judgment. But all you really need to know is we work with OpenAI and we believe in their success. We work with Anthropic and we believe in their success. We work with open source developers. We support them and believe in their success. I think that if there's one thing we've learned from 51 years of experience, the world is big enough for many people to succeed. And on many days, the best way to succeed is by working with other people and working together. And I think that it's a perspective, let's just say, that the world could maybe use a little more of in 2026.
And another key aspect for that success is why we're here today.
Yeah.
With Microsoft Elevate, I think it's fascinating that there's such a big focus on upskilling.
Yeah.
Would you say that's the way forward? Everyone's been having this whole fear-based approach about job displacement, but upskilling and education is the way forward.
I think there is such a huge opportunity to focus more on how to use AI to help people learn more, be more curious, be more successful. It doesn't matter what they want to do with their lives. I actually think that AI can help them do it in new ways. We see it at this school. We see it through Microsoft Elevate and through the program we're launching here, Microsoft Elevate for Educators. For me, after spending 14 days in 4 countries on an around-the-world tour, in some ways the most inspiring hour was the hour I've spent here. It was listening to students talk about how they created a play, they produced the play, they designed the set and the props for the play, and they used AI, Microsoft Copilot, to help them. It enabled them to do things not only faster than they could have done it by themselves, it enabled them to do things they probably could not have done by themselves. Not just to act in a play, but to create and produce it. That, to me, is AI at its best. When AI enables people to do more with their lives, that, I think, is the conversation we would all benefit from spending some more time having.
Brad, it's reassuring to know that you're leading this particular part of the AI revolution. They call you the strategist-in-chief of the AI era, and it's great and encouraging to know that these are the thoughts that will guide us forward. Thank you so much for joining us on Tech 360 on NDTV.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And we hope you enjoy the rest of your trip.
Thank you. See you.
Super good.